So today I just wanted to talk to you about the view of Buddhism, the philosophy of Buddhism. Why even think about practicing or following the teachings of the Buddha? To answer that question, first you need to have that question come to you, just karmically, or maybe you have that deep wish or yearning for it. When the mind wishes to know something, it will find it. So the Buddha, the stories tell us, and when you read any text you find that the Buddha's number one question was, why is there suffering? Why do we have to suffer? And that really resounded with me. Because it was very similar or same type of question or feeling that I had when I was growing up. Why do we exist? Why are we here? And during my upbringing, the question was always answered by the people around me, my family, my teachers, my spiritual guides, with, it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is, and that's all there is to it, and you have to get used to it. So I basically did that. I just got on with my life, and it wasn't until I started to do nursing and I came across people that were suffering, of course, in hospital, and I attempted to use my spiritual training to help them. And I saw lots of things. I saw lots of people that were in situations where they didn't do anything to deserve, the bad conditions that they were experiencing. So maybe they got cancer, or they were abused, or mistakes happened in the hospital itself, and they should, instead of getting better, they got worse. So I was witness to lots of things like that. And I saw a lot of deaths, of course, a lot of people dying. And I saw people that would have really beautiful deaths. They were just so peaceful and accepting and died very peacefully. And other people that were traumatized. I mean, they were so afraid, they had fear and terror in their eyes when they were dying. And it doesn't matter what you did to calm them down. We couldn't really do that. And they had a very traumatic death. So I saw lots of those things. We had medicines that we used to calm their minds down and their bodies down. But overall, I would consider to myself, I would say, oh, that was a good death. Or I'd say, oh, no, that was a really bad death, And those sort of questions started to disturb me. So when I heard that the Buddha, his search began with this wish to find out why we suffer, it really hit this note with me, that I thought, yeah, that's really what I want to know. I want to know why we suffer. And in medicine you can always say, oh, it's because you've had a heart problem, or because you've got an infection. But why? Why do you get the infection and someone else doesn't? Why does your heart? Oh, because of congenital and this and that. But you've got a brother and sister, and how come they've got the same congenital makeup as you? How come they haven't got the same problem that you have? So, or why does one sibling get a cancer and the other one's fine? Why does one get bone cancer and the other one's okay? And it just didn't make sense. It started to not make sense. And I saw for myself that you could do the exact same treatment on two people. It would work for one and it wouldn't work for the other. And these sort of questions just made me think, well, why? Why? Why does that happen? You know, why does that happen? There must be another reason. So this is where that's really those sort of questions brought me to my search beginning, searching and finding Buddhism, and then following the teachings of the Buddha, putting into practice what he said and what his advice was, and then coming up, experiencing the results of those for myself. So one thing that impacted profoundly on me was the practice of wholesome and unwholesome minds, the practice of living in non-duality, and the practice of morality, sila. And when we put it all together, what I found was each of those practices increased my good energy, my wholesome energy. So then I was able to do more and more of the same. So to me, that's the importance of the practice. That's the importance of following the advice given by the Buddha, because it all gives us the ability to create and generate our own wholesome, strong, powerful energy, so you can continue to do what you want to do. So whether it's doing more chanting or helping other people, it's exactly the same. You're still doing wholesome activity, but why does sometimes you really want to do something and you can't? In my experience, it's because we just haven't got the energy to do so. So the Buddha has given us lots of different ways of increasing our pure energy, our good energy, our wholesome energy, that will help us to do more and more and more good. Yeah, so that's what I want to say about